that is the subscribers and filters and event history. So now let's go take a look at that segmentation tool. So I'm going to click on Insights and Lists and Segments. And so segments, as I mentioned, this is a fantastic tool that lets us target your individual subscribers so that you can send them a customized, specialized email that will resonate with them more than just your newsletter. So we have lots of different options here. I'm just going to show you a couple different ways we can create the segments and what they can do. So this first one I'm going to create, let's say you want to see who's purchased in the last 90 days. So I'm going to call it purchased last 90 days. Very simple one because we capture all your purchase information. So I'm going to choose what someone has done and say placed an order and say at least once. And I'm going to choose from the drop down in the last, and we'll just call it 90 days. Hit save. And it's going to create a segment. And while it takes a little bit of time while it's tracking the database to pull this up, while it's doing that, I'm going to create a different one, and I'll come back to that. Let's say you wanted to see someone who has viewed some products but did not purchase. So you want to kind of retarget them and send them an email and say, hey, yeah, you know you're kind of active and you're looking, but you didn't purchase. So we can say viewed, did not purchase in last, again, we'll call this one 90 days. All right, so we have the name. So what someone has done. So what they have, let's say they have viewed a product at least once, and we're going to choose in the last 90 days. And then we're going to do an and. So we can also do an or statement, but we're going to use an and statement. Someone has viewed a product, any product, we'll just say at least once in the last 90 days. And we hit save segment. All right. So while that's processing, you can see the other one processed, purchased in the last 90 days. So once you create these segments, what happens? What can you do with them? Well, if I go back to subscribers and then I click on lists, I've now got two new lists in here. These are those behavioral segments that we created. And so you can see now I've got members associated with that segment. I can create an email, pick this list to send, and send to that targeted list. And the nice thing about this segment is that I don't have to recreate this all the time. That segment is good to go and updates itself automatically. So there's no importing and exporting out of systems because we're capturing all that information for you, and you can put it into a segment and use it to send when you send the email. So very, very, very valuable tool. I'll go back and I will do one more. Try to do one more, maybe a little more complicated. Let's say you want to know who viewed a particular product in the last 180 days. We can do that too. So let's say viewed saddle, oops, I typed that totally wrong. I apologize. Typing is not my strength. Viewed saddles. All right. So again, we go to what someone has done. And actually, we should probably put a time frame. So just to make sense, in last 90 days. So we're going to check to see who's viewed saddles in the last 90 days. So I'm going to do viewed a product at least once, or you want to see someone's look twice, but just in this case, we'll just do once in the last 90 days. But we're going to filter. Well, so what kind of product? We're going to filter on a specific product. So product name, that's a real common. We can use an ID, price, categories, all these other things we can filter on, but product name is so anything that contains the word saddle. And I'm going to save the segment, and it's going to generate it. So very functional tool, lets you narrow down as much as you need to and allows you the opportunity to send that customized email. And we all know that customized emails are going to produce much better than your general newsletter emails. So, and as you can see, it found it 674 customers. So you can send a nice tidy email to 674 customers saying, hey, special on saddles, here's a coupon. and I bet you would get a huge response because that's someone who's interested and has already shown their interest.